Hey everyone. Yeah, it's about 2:15. I got about 15 minutes to go before I head back for my lunch. But I wanted to come on here and talk about a little bit about AEW. Now, last night they had the rally at the MGM Grand Pool in Las Vegas, Nevada, the pool outside the MGM Grand Garden Arena, to promote not just Double or Nothing, but to also announce soon some new signees and new partnerships. The partnerships with other promotions are with AAA and with OWE. Now, what's interesting about the partnership with AAA is Impact Wrestling has a partnership with AAA, and MLW has a partnership with AAA. So you gotta wonder how that might affect both. It may not affect them as much because, AAA, despite the fact that you can see them on Twitch in English at times. Like I said, despite the fact that you can see them in English at times on Twitch, especially for their events like Triple Mania and other events like that. And even though you can watch them, I think through Univision, I think that's one of the places that you can watch them at. I think that's one of them, Univision. And then you got the outlet known as Lucha Underground, which is basically spawned from AAA. So I don't think it's going to really hurt them too much, but we'll have to wait and see what occurs. Like I said, I don't think, AEW partnering with AAA is going to hurt them too much. But it might put a strain here and there, especially with Impact. But then again, there's rumors that Impact Wrestling might be working with AEW. That could help both promotions in the long run. But we'll have to wait and see what they do. Now, I'm not going to list off the talent that they signed or anything like that. I'm not going to list off that talent that they signed so far. I mean, I know they got Aja Kong from Japan. They got Sunny Kiss from the independent scene of Lucha Underground, known as Exolicious on Lucha Underground. They got, I think her name is Nala Rose, and she's the first transgender wrestler. In other words, she used to be male, now she's female. So they got her. So they got an impressive lineup, there's no doubt. Of course, they got Pac, formerly known as Neville. They got Chris Jericho. But the big one that everybody was looking forward to and was expecting was Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, who came out and I guess legitimately shot on the fact that he didn't sign with AEW until that very morning, because he was still, I guess, weighing his options. But then again, when you're offered an executive vice president role, that's something that sounds too enticing to pass up. But what was noted by those reporting this, especially PWU, Pro Wrestling Unlimited, was that makes 4 executive vice presidents. And some might say that kind of still doubt AEW. Some might say that sounds a little suspicious, that a company would allow themselves to have 4 executive vice presidents. Like, something just doesn't smell right. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, they did confirm and tease some matchups for Double or Nothing. Of course, Hangman Page against Pac. I don't know if they'll allow the Dragon Gate Championship to be put on the line there. Obviously, we're going to probably get we're going to get Omega and Jericho #2. We're probably going to get the Young Bucks against Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix, or as he's going to be known in AEW, Penta El Zero and Phoenix. So we pretty much know that's going down. We have a feel. We kind of probably get Kylie Ray, who's also signing out with who signed with the company, facing against Nyla Rose. We know SoCal, SoCal Unlimited or Unleashed, whatever, is going to face members of OWE, Oriental Wrestling Entertainment. And one of those members they're facing is Chimera, or whatever his name is. Simira, I guess. Sima. So he's one of them. We don't know what the other two are. But they're from OWE, like I said, which stands for Oriental Wrestling Entertainment. So with all that said, it looks like AEW did a great job. Excuse me. They did a great job with promoting Double or Nothing for Memorial Day weekend. But, which I think is the 25th, they said, May 25th, I believe. But, with all that said though, and the fact that they also did a couple of angles to help promote what was going to be coming, like an angle between the Lucha Brothers, Rey Fenix and Pentagon, and the Young Bucks, as well as Jericho and Omega. Despite all that, one thing I recently caught on Twitter just moments ago is a discussion that Dalyxman, well, he didn't have this discussion, but it was a tweet put out by someone that Dalyxman replied to. And I'll try to put a link to the tweet below, but basically they said that everything sounded right, everything sounded good, but in a sense it's going to be like now time is going to tell if this is going to work out, because I guess what they're pointing out now, again I have to reread the tweet again, and I'll provide a link to it below. But from what it sounds like, I think the main concern is the clashing of egos. Because again, what many people are going to point out is, why do you have 4 executive vice presidents when you should only have maybe 1, maybe 2, but mostly 1? People will look at that and realize something just doesn't, and they'll conspire and think, well, something just doesn't sound right. Something doesn't sound right, in all this, like something just feels off. And the Khan family, being the ones that are backing it up, being basically the top head honchos, are gonna probably want to do things a certain way. Like, they may right off the bat say, look, people are gonna expect you 4 to be the top guys here, or you 5 to be the top guys here, and top woman, if you will, in this company, because of the positions you have. But we can't let that happen. We got to show that everybody, including those that have executive titles, are treated equally and fairly. That might be one thing that occurs, or that might be one thing that causes a clash to occur. We don't know, because what I'm getting here is everybody's hoping things will work out fine, and there will be no clashing of egos. Either it comes to money, or to how certain matches and outcomes should go. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because if it does, and let's say 75 or 55% of the time, the Bucks, the Bucks and Cody and Hangman Page and Omega are always on top, always the champions, then people are going to start getting suspicious, like something doesn't seem right, and even the Khan family would probably get suspicious, like, wait a minute, these guys are supposed to be giving people opportunities, and yet they'll always be the ones on top. What's going on here? So I think that's what people are worried about. Like, the clashing of egos is not just probably over money or certain match outcomes. The clashing of egos is the possibility that the Khan family could come to a conclusion that they've been conned, as Vito said on Vince Russo's podcast recently, that they've been conned, and what many people project AEW as being, and that's nothing more than a vanity project by Cody Rhodes and the Bucks and Omega, but mostly Cody, to basically prove to his former employer, and we know who that is, that they missed the boat on him. That this is nothing more, that AEW and Cody being in the position he's in is basically out of bitterness towards his former employer, not giving him the opportunity to rise to the top. Now, I'm not saying that's the case, and I am in agreement. I'm hoping things work out. I'm hoping there is no clashing of egos. I'm hoping everybody agrees on certain ways to go. And I think I believe Cody Rhodes, Matt and Nick Jackson, Kenny Omega, and Hangman Page are understanding of that they realize, look, people are going to expect us to put ourselves on top of the company, make ourselves the champs, the top champions. Let's prove them wrong, and let's choose people they wouldn't expect. If they could do that, then I think the worry that people have about a potential clash of egos between both sides, the Khan family and the elite, will be put to rest. But until that time, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I will provide a link down below to the Twitter exchange that Dalyxman had with this one person. Let me know what you guys think on it. And do you think there's a possibility that we could get a clashing of egos down the line? And perhaps through this clash of egos, the truth that many people fear could be true about this whole AEW thing becomes reality. And that truth being that all this AEW is nothing more than a project or a vanity project by the elite, mostly Cody Rhodes, to kind of get back at WWE and show them, that they missed the boat on him as the world champion. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys got to say. Got to get back into work. Talk to y'all later. Again, I'll provide the link to the tweet in the description.